Hello to you, Emmanuel Shachov.
Hello, hello.
What would be your headline towards the situation of the state of Israel nowadays?
Unfortunately, the castle has fallen.
It's a very, very sad and dramatic saying.
It is, but it's called for under the circumstances.
And the Israeli democracy as we knew it?
Not anymore. We are in the last stages of democracy. There's literally nothing left.
Why would you say such a thing? We're in a mutual journey of publishing for many years. You never said it in so many words.
Because on all fronts, the situation is breaking down. The legal system is breaking down. The police has been taken over. The army has been completely politicized in the last few weeks. The Secret Service is also has been taken over by somebody who's loyal to the Prime Minister. The head of the Mossad who has been appointed based on loyalty, not on his qualities. And so the situation is clearly deteriorating to a very bad state.
Let's talk about the trial of the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Do you think this trial is going to be ending throughout jail, throughout a verdict, or throughout the President of Israel letting him out?
I think the way I look at it and the way I know the President of Israel, he will agree to the clemency and he will somehow get Netanyahu out of his trial. I don't know how he does it, but he'll do it, and he'll do it in a way which will reflect very badly on him and the legal system, of course.
And what kind of deal can be ended? Because as you're seeing, Netanyahu says, well, I'm not a victim,
I trust that the president, that he'll find something which will make it possible for Netanyahu to agree, and which will be terrible for the legal system. It will be terrible for morale, but he'll be able to say, I did my best, and now we can move forward.
You've mentioned the new Israeli head of the Mossad.
Yes.
What about your perspective as a former official in the Israeli Mossad? What is wrong with this kind of a new position?
Somebody should not be put into a position like that based on personal loyalty. And it's clearly the fact that personal loyalty is the complete base for this appointment. Because Roman Goffman doesn't have the prerequisites which you would expect from somebody who has to run the Mossad. That doesn't mean he can't do it, but on the face of it, he's not well equipped to do it. And other than his personal loyalty to the Prime Minister, there's nothing which puts him into this situation.
But you're saying, for instance, in the United States also, people are being appointed for the head of the toppest bureaus in the United States according to their loyalty to President Trump.
Yes.
So it becomes part of...
No, it deteriorates the public service. It's clear that when people get appointed for their personal loyalty and not because the quality of their background, then that deteriorates the public service.
What about the laws against means of communication and their ability to serve the people and to tell the truth in the news?
The media, this is part of the reason why I'm saying that the castle has fallen, is because the media, which are already not free, haven't been free for quite a while. We are now, I think, in 126th place when it comes to press freedom. This government is breaking this down even further, and will result in media which are completely supportive of the government.
And do you think it's a journey that is also happening in the demonstration when people in the state of Israel, many of them want to feel at home here and they are liberal, while they are doing demonstrations what is happening?
Well, there's freedom of expression has been severely harmed. You can't demonstrate, you can't lift signs against the war in Gaza. You can't wear T-shirts with signs against the police. So their expressions that are clearly part of freedom of expression have been limited.
You're saying they can't, because otherwise what will happen?
People will be taken into custody and searched and sometimes even undressed and dealt with in a not very indecent way.
Let's talk about the Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF. What is happening there? There's a big clash between...
The IDF is being completely politicized. There's a program where the army is trying to get Israeli citizens to come and visit the West Bank. And that's literally an internal tourism program run by the IDF. Appointments have been prevented because of based on political background. And it's clear that the IDF is going the way of the police.
And the Minister of Defense basically is not trying to prevail, to stop it, to give the Israeli forces, after what happened in October 7th, all what they need in order to make it happen?
He's trying to assert his power over the IDF, and he's trying to prevent the chief of staff of doing what he's supposed to do, to build the force.
So you're saying basically that Israel is not a democracy anymore?
Right, we stopped being a democracy. These days, it's happening these days.
And what is the solution that you're seeing to this?
Public protest, that's one thing. Violence is another. It could crop up.
Violence by whom?
By individuals, by... it's not a solution, obviously, but it's something.
It's going to be terrible if that's happened.
It would be terrible if it happened, but that can happen.
A civil internal war within the state of Israel?
I don't see a civil war, but I see certain uprisings here and there. That can happen. A demonstration may get out of hand, either because the police is using violence or the demonstrators are beginning to use violence. So this is a situation that can happen.
Do you think that the coming meeting between the Israeli Prime Minister and the American President might come with a headline that offers a peace perspective going to phase 2 in Gaza, for instance?
Unlikely. I think it's going to be more of the same.
More of the same?
More of the same.
Which
means some things will maybe improve and some things will be worse. Because I don't think Netanyahu will get support for all the things he wants to do, and Trump isn't going to push him too hard. For some reason, there's a lot of agreement between these two, and even when there's disagreement, in the end they settle their score. But I don't think it's going to make much of a difference.
If you would look about the state of Israel 5 years from now, what do you think is going to be this?
It'll either be a continuation of what's happening now, depending on the next elections, which are going to be crucial. Literally, those are going to be the last elections that can hope to be democratic.
The Israeli Arabs are going to be part of these elections?
Well, the government is definitely trying to delegitimize them all the way. So I wouldn't be 100% sure that they'll be allowed to participate. Not all of them, maybe. But that's part of the problem. And
do you think that the coming elections are going to be the savior for the Israeli democracy?
They better be. There's not the
Is it a wishful thinking or an objective observation?
No, I think it's an objective observation to say they better be. It's difficult. I can't say that they're definitely going to be, because there are too many variables that I can't predict. I won't know. I can't predict them. But the situation is very bad, and it can go either way.
And yet you think that the coming elections in 2026 are going to be handled while the castle has fallen.
Yes. They will be handled while the castle has fallen, and that will reflect on the type of elections. Whether they will be really free or whether they will be limited, and to what extent they will be limited.
Let's talk a bit about, towards the end of this interview, about the light, that you always find one light spot that you can emphasize.
I have to turn it on myself. Yeah, so
the new book.
So the new book is finally coming out. It was
with Decenber Abu Saada.
It was together with Tas. It was published in Holland, in Dutch, and we're working on the Hebrew and the Arabic translations.
And the English one?
The English one is also about to be published.
If you would have now 2 sentences privately to talk with one major American international publisher, how would you pitch the book?
The only future to look forward to in the Middle East. This is what I think is the book describes. A realistic proposal.
And it has a very specific roadmap, how it can be done.
Yes.
Another thing that is very unique about the book is the fact that it's mutually written between you, as an Israeli, former chief in the Israeli Air Forces and Mossad. I have many more books in a variety of languages, and also Tas, Taysir Abu Saada, that lives originally in Jericho.
Yes, it's a perfect example for shared sovereignty. We both wrote this book together, and this is what it shows.
Many arguments during the writing, or it was an harmonic, peaceful journey?
It was a harmonic, peaceful journey.
It's amazing. And it was written part after the
7th of October.
7th of October. Well, Taysir Abu Saada has family also in Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel Shachaf, people that want to be part of your journey.
On Facebook, Emmanuel Shachaf, or the Federation Movement, or Identity, the Quest for Israel's Future.
Emmanuel Shachaf, I want to thank you very much.
Thank you.